Hello, aviation fans and road warriors alike. Welcome back to Life on Wheels, the channel where we chase the pulse of travel, whether it's gripping the wheel on a cross-country haul or gripping the yoke on a high-altitude hop. Today, we're strapping in for a deep dive into the 2026 Beechcraft King Air 350, the latest evolution of this twin-turboprop utility legend that's been turning heads since the 90s but now packs fresh upgrades for pilots and passengers demanding peak performance in a world that's anything but predictable. If you've got a soft spot for aircraft that punch way above their weight, hauling cargo to dusty outposts, whisking execs across continents, or even serving as airborne command posts, this one's for you. We'll unpack its robust bones, whisper quiet cabin, and those game-changing 2026 tweaks that make it feel like the future landed yesterday. Buckle up, we're rolling out onto the tarmac and straight into the blue. Let's rewind the tape just a bit to appreciate the roots of this beast. Back in 1964, Beechcraft birthed the King Air 90, a plucky twin turboprop that set the stage for what would become the most prolific turboprop family in history. By 1990, they stretched and supercharged it into the King Air 350, adding nearly 3 feet to the fuselage for a cavernous 17-foot-plus main cabin that seats up to 9 in double-club luxury, widening the wings by another 3 feet with efficiency-boosting winglets, and juicing the engines by 200 shaft horsepower per side for a payload that laughs at rough terrain. Fast forward to today, over 7,500 King Airs have winged their way to operators worldwide, logging billions of miles in rolls from VIP shuttles to medevac miracles. But Beechcraft, under Textron Aviation's banner, isn't content with legacy alone. The 2026 model builds on the 350i and 360 platforms with targeted enhancements. Think refined Collins avionics integrations, optional Blackhawk XP67A engine upgrades for hotter and higher ops, and smarter mission mods for special ops like ISR surveillance. It's not a full redesign, it's a precision tune-up ensuring this utility champ stays ahead of the curve, blending bulletproof reliability with 21st century smarts for everything from corporate jaunts to humanitarian dashes. Powering this airborne Swiss Army knife are the twin Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6A60A turboprops, each churning out 1,050 shaft horsepower in a flat-rated setup that thrives in thin air. For the 2026 edition, operators can spec the PT6A67A upgrade from Blackhawk, which holds full power all the way to 25,000 feet, 10,000 feet higher than stock before any fade, paired with 5-blade composite MT propellers that slice through the sky with minimal vibration and noise. The result? A max cruise of 312 knots true airspeed, a service ceiling kissing 35,000 feet, and short field prowess that sees it off the ground in under 2,500 feet or landing on gravel strips as brief as 3,500 feet, courtesy of its beefed-up tricycle gear with oleo struts tuned for backcountry brutality. Fuel sipping is a highlight too. Around 80 gallons per hour at high-speed cruise yields 1,806 nautical miles of range with 8 aboard and IFR reserves, but opt for the 350R config with those low-drag aft tanks pushing 550 gallons total, and you're stretching to 2,700 nautical miles for transoceanic legs. Hot and high performers like those in the Andes or Himalayas swear by it. The power-to-weight ratio lets it climb at 2,800 feet per minute initially, shrugging off density altitude like it's sea level. No wonder it's the turboprop of choice for over 100 air forces and countless charters. This bird doesn't just fly missions, it owns them. Climb aboard the 2026 King Air 350, and the cabin hits you like a warm handshake, spacious, serene, and supremely adaptable. That elongated fuselage delivers 31 inches of headroom for easy movement, with club seating in supple leather that swivels for chats or work sessions, plus 2 extra windows per side flooding the space with natural light. The 2026 refresh amps the executive vibe with standard high-speed Wi-Fi, USB-C outlets at every perch, and fold-down tables for mid-flight productivity, while the private aft lav keeps things civilized on longer hauls. Noise. The evolved ultra-quiet system, now with adaptive algorithms, dials decibels to under 78, cocooning you in calm even as props whirl outside. Pressurization maintains a shirt sleeves 6.5 psi for a 10,000-foot cabin feel at 31,000 feet, and zoned climate control with HEPA filtration ensures fresh, even temps. Versatility is the real star. The optional large cargo door flips it to freighter mode with 3,136 pounds of payload, or medevac layout fitting 2 litters, 4 medics, and full oxygen suite without skimping on speed. For ISR pros, belly pods swallow EO/IR cameras, radars, or litter for coastal mapping and recon, with downward-facing sensor ports on CER variants feeding real-time data. It's a chameleon. Luxury liner one flight, flying hospital the next, all while burning half the fuel of comparable jets. The cockpit in the 2026 model is where tech meets tactile genius, anchored by the Collins Pro Line Fusion Suite with dual 14-inch touchscreens rendering synthetic vision for IMC precision and integrated checklists that whisper alerts via crew alerting systems. Dual flight directors, auto throttle, and RNP-capable FMS handle complex approaches like LPV minima with ease, while the multifunction radar scans ahead for turbulence or threats. Enhanced LED lighting and pneumatic de-icing, upgraded for 2026 with faster boot cycles, tackle icing or low-vis ops, and the heads-up display option projects criticals right on the windshield for heads-down free flying. Handling. It's poetry. Stable on instruments yet nimble in the pattern, with a clean stall under 90 knots and rudder authority that tames prop wash. Safety's baked in. Redundant hydraulics, fire extinguishing engines, and an all-aluminum semi-monocoque frame that's weathered everything from bird strikes to belly landings. Pilots transitioning from singles love the forgiveness, its Y-type ratings are a breeze. Crunching the numbers, the 2026 King Air 350 keeps dreams grounded in reality. Base price hovers around $8.2 million, a fraction of entry-level jets yet with twin-engine redundancy and turboprop thrift. Hourly ops run $1,200, $1,600 wet, factoring 80 GPH fuel at $6 per gallon, routine maintenance, and PT6 overhauls every 3,600 hours, cheaper than ever with Blackhawks upgrades slashing downtime. Resales rock solid. Even decade-old 350s pull $4 to $5 million, buoyed by global parts support. For charters like Wheels Up's fleet of dozens, it's a revenue rocket, NYC to LA non-stop for underjet fares, with lower emissions per seat mile qualifying for EU green credits. It's not flashy, but it's smart money for operators eyeing 500-hour years without the hangar queens. Wrapping this sky-high spin on the 2026 Beechcraft King Air 350, it's plain why this twin-turboprop titan endures. Unmatched adaptability, from boardroom briefs over the Alps to aid drops in the outback, all wrapped in a package that's efficient, economical, and eternally reliable. In an aviation landscape chasing speed over substance, the King Air reminds us that the best tools are the ones that just work, every time, everywhere. If this has your props spinning, smash subscribe on Life on Wheels for more rides through the wild world of mobility. Comment below. Cargo hauler or exec express, what's your King Air fantasy? Like, share, and we'll catch you on the next leg. Wheels down, spirits up.